We all run into the same problem at some point in time installing car audio. Figuring out how to get power where you need it. Uh, Sometimes you got a strange set of terminals to deal with, or sometimes you've got a power that comes into your amp rack area in a weird way. Being able to output multiple lines of power into specific locations is kind of a thing. So, one of the tools I've found to solve that problem is this thing. I'll show you. Now, these are my favorite style of pre-manufactured, go on Amazon, buy them bus bars. Now they come in red and black. I got these in black for the build that I'm doing, which involves this guy. But you can get them in red and black, so you can have a color matched kind of a thing. And these little covers pop out of here, so you can do that. I love the fact that this is a completely sealed up unit. Whenever you screw the top down, which it does screw down, it closes it up real nicely. It's got a little bit of a cushion back here, and there's no hardware back in the back to make contact with any kind of surfaces. So this is why I like this. Set that aside for a moment. You see inside it comes with mounting hardware to mount this guy down, and the nice thick copper bus bar, plated copper bus bar. This thing has weight to it, a lot of weight to it. And this is also very weighty and solid. So with the pop outs on the sides, you can customize it exactly the way you want. What's important to me is a couple of things. The bolts are nice and thick. They come with the hardware to properly attach with these nice split washers, split lock washers, so you're not going to lose connections. Good mount down surfaces. You got 4 different mount down points that you can use to bolt this thing down. And when it's done, it's completely shielded from any type of activity that might cause a short circuit. And it does tell you what it comes with right here. So, and there's multiple different variants. You can get it with different screw sizes, different bolt sizes. I like using these 3/8, and this particular one has 4 M8 terminal studs. All right, so I like using those because it's a thicker connection. And these actually screw into this bar, so there's nothing sticking out the back that's going to theoretically, make contact. Now here's the thing, this may not be the prettiest thing out there, but this plastic is the fiber impregnated stuff. It's extremely tough. Now in an environment where the car could be in a wreck, collision could happen, smashing things around, having something that's contained this way is going to prevent, or at least be one layer of prevention of making contact with something else that could cause a short circuit and cause a fire. Having a contained fuse block that's protected by a solid chunk of plastic with screw down cover is going to offer you far more protection than a fancier car audio company's kit. It doesn't look as cool, but it's way, way, way safer. As for the labeling, which, it's okay, but it's not pretty. What I typically do is, whatever the build is, like in this example, it's Mart's, I pull these labels off and replace them with something that works for the build. In this case, I could take a single March logo and put part of it on one and part on the other and create a consistent thing that would make sense with the build. Utilizing the different logos that come with the equipment, I could also get another one of these and do a March logo like that on there as well. But just ideas. You could also just pull the logos off and paint them black, or clean them up and leave it plastic. Whatever you want to do, whatever works for you. This is just something that I like to use as a tool. I like the way they work. I like how they're protected. I like how they're constructed. They're just a good product. And if you're wondering about the price on these, for the black ones, they're around 20 bucks a piece. It's a really good price. You can get a pair for like 41 or 42. It's black and red, you know, so forth and so on. They're not expensive. They come in multiple different brands, carry them, but they're manufactured the same no matter where you get them from. One of the things I would point out is making sure that the ones that you get have the screw down lid instead of a clip down lid. And look for that. And this backing right here, this foam backing, is really nice. It's anti-slip. It's got a little cushion to it. I really like that little feature. And make sure that you're getting a copper bar, not an aluminum bar. Most of these are made with copper though. You'll know as soon as you hold it in your hand. It's got mass to it, and it's definitely not aluminum. So looking for those details are the things I would say look out for. But if you want to make it simple, just head over here and look for these. Look for this. And these are rated, I'm going to show you this. These are rated at 300 amp, 12 to 48 volts. Now, let me explain that 300 amp thing. That rating is if you hook something here and you hook something here and you pull the power through the bar from one end to the other, then it's rated very conservatively at 300 amps. That will handle a lot more than that, but it's rated at that conservatively. In a car audio world, we typically come in with a wire here, another wire on top of that, wire on top of that. Those connections aren't even utilizing most of this bar's potential. So the copper on lug connection is carrying 90% of the current. 300 amps is totally fine in this scenario. And that's what I run in my Tahoe. I pull way more than that across them, but I've never had any issues. They don't get hot, they don't discolor, they just work. Now this is a similar style of conductor. You see the thickness of it? It's made the same way, the conductor part's made the same way. And I'm pulling a lot of current across this. Because I'm running 2 shock 8Ks, so 1600 watts, 1600 amps maximum, you know, up in that area, that crazy number. So yeah, that bar will handle it just fine. And this is the same bar, a little shorter for a 4-chunker, and it's got a different casing on it, but it's the same hardware. So yeah, highly recommend, guys. Look this guy up, pick you up a couple of these guys, and do the business. Yep. Okay. Positives on the inside, negatives on the outside. Input from over here, output right there. It's the idea.